Hello, you beautiful humans. Tex here with you. Big episode of the UTG market update tonight. We're not out of the woods yet, boys and girls. I'm going to show you exactly why on this episode. Thank you, wherever you are in the world, tuning in. Of course, if you do like what we are doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications to get updates every single time that we go live. You are with me tonight. Tex PIC ads having the night off. Well deserved. Enjoy that, brother. And we're going to be looking at BTC, FUSD, LTC, and ICX, which is one that I called inside the Discord today, did a lazy 17% in the last couple of hours. So I'll share with you how I deconstructed that trade setup and why I shared that, really going back to basics on that trade. Now, listen, for BTC, as I said, we are not out of the woods just yet. We're looking at BTC here on the screen now. What I said inside Discord, and if I get rid of this Ichimoku, is that we really need to see a break and close above 51K, ideally 52K, and a hold above that to be out of the woods, where there was pretty little structure to the left here besides this supply zone up at around that 54K mark, which was going to be the next level of interest. And if I put on Gravy Train, man, this thing has been so much fun. So many of you guys have jumped on board and the feedback has been absolutely incredible. You can go to unitytradinggroup.com/Gravy Train. And if you use the code GravyBaby at the checkout, you get 50% off the first month. That is only for first month purchases, and that is a very limited number. We've extended that a couple of times now by very popular request, and this is the last time that we're extending it. So $16 Australian. If you're in the US, that is chump change no matter where you are. So looking at Gravy Train, as I said inside the Discord a few days ago, and that was more so based on actually on Unicon, which was showing us this 50 fib between the two Murrays and this supply zone where we had this previous high and wicks to the top. We get a lot of questions about supply and demand. Do you count wicks? Not really. I would much rather use the candle body rather than these sort of, not scam wicks, but these sort of wicks to the upside with quick selling pressure and pullback. So I'd much rather take the candle body here. We punched through that pretty well. Now, I think a lot of people were starting to get excited thinking that we had broken above 51K, but we got smacked down pretty quick and have retested this high here and broken down. So drawing our Fibonacci's, if we do draw our Fibonacci, I'm going to get rid of Unicon. And one of the reasons why I was so excited to see this, while we got a perfect short opportunity off the Gravy Cloud, we got this stop short mark where we did end up doing, 8%, 8.5% from that indicator. We rejected off the 61 and now we're sitting just above or have just touched the 38 fibs. Now, if I show you how to draw Fibonacci, if you're not familiar with it, unitytradinggroup.com/Fibonacci, we're looking now for levels of rejection because we are in an uptrend from here. So we draw from swing high down to swing low, and then that gives us our Fibonacci level and that golden pocket level, which has been so important right now for BTC between the 61 and the 50 Fibonacci. So just shy of this top supply zone and sitting here now right on this 38. Now, where I love Gravy Train a lot is 1 hour on the 1 hour time frame. So for me as a swing trader, I'm looking to build a narrative from daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, but I'm using those 1 hours as levels of confirmation. So if you had used our Gravy Train UTG dollar cost averaging strategy, you would have dollar cost averaged all the way down to this demand zone, which was a current demand zone drawn from the 9th of Feb, where it was a pivot in the market. A pretty significant one at that when you're looking at where we bounced. Dollar cost averaged all the way down. Gravy Train gave you the short signal all the way down from really the top here, literally calling the top at 57K. We had our stop short signal. We've run up. We've hit this first supply zone, and then we've hit just short of the 61. So on those Fibonacci levels, you could have been taking profits on the way up, and you certainly could be looking to buy dips on the way down if you believe we are going to be in a continued uptrend, which I do. But as I said, on the road back to all-time highs, there's going to be chop. It's not unexpected. If we can hold this 38 level, then I'd be a lot more excited about a continuation to the upside. If we look to the left-hand side here, not a great deal of structure holding this back before we get to the 54K level. And again, not a great deal of structure before we get back up to that 58 supply zone. So really just more so pivots in the market rather than significant dips. This one is a little bit more significant, but this top supply zone is the best quality out of the lot. So looking at where we are now, yeah, time will tell. Thursday night, Thursday volatility here in Australia. It's 6:40 p.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. We usually get this midweek volatility Wednesday afternoons, Thursdays, and then a little bit of a cool off over the weekend, and then a bit of a push at the start of the week. So again, everything we do is in the Discord, unitytradinggroup.com. Come on in. We share our thoughts every single day. And of course, hit that subscribe button because we share our thoughts here every single day as well. So pretty on the money there with BTC at the moment. I'll just show you one last thing as well with our EMA fan, which shows our EMA cluster here as well. So the significance of the MAs can't be understated when you see these MA clusters. Again, with Unicon as well, it gives you a little bit more of an in-depth look at where we are, giving us the entry signal back down here at 46K and our MA cluster as we sit right now. So let's get into the next one, looking at, let's look at F. This has been a lot of fun to trade. Again, dollar cost averaging all the way down. I think I got a hit at 1330, so just shy of the bottom, which I've shared inside the Discord as well, where I entered on here. So looking at where we are now, again, the Fibonacci is really playing dividends. I had a 1660 target that I had set the other day in Discord. We were just shy of that, $2 shy of that, but that's why we take profits as we move on up. You do not want to be looking for exact dollar amounts to sell. You do not want to be looking for exact dollar amounts to buy. You want to be averaging in, and you want to be taking profits on the way up. So we can, again, you can't be understated the significance of that 50 fib, no matter really what asset you're looking at. The 50 plays a very important psychological role when we get to these particular levels rather. And we can see that we had a pretty decent supply zone there, which we have punched into quite a lot in this particular push to the upside. But again, now we've got this small demand down here on the 23, where we might find that we might range for a little while. What I would really like to sort of see is this sort of thing before we continue back to the upside and a continued push. Certainly the sentiment of the market is now becoming a little bit more positive as well. We are seeing far less BTC being sold on exchanges as well, which is indicating that people are holding on to their BTC during dips rather than capitulating or selling. So it shows that the market is maturing a little bit more, and that people who are participants in this market are seeing the long-term value in this asset rather than just capitulating and selling at the top, selling the bottom rather, and buying the top. So the market's certainly maturing, particularly from an institutional standpoint. The market is certainly maturing. So looking at where we are now here, if we look at Unicon, man, again, if you want, and whether you buy our indicator packs or not, that doesn't bother me. As long as you're making money, that's the main thing. But if you go to unitytradinggroup.com/store, jump on these indicators, literally calling the top, pretty much calling the bottom here on Unicon. Of all the assets I trade with Unicon, this is by far the most accurate. Pair that with our other custom indicator, Steamroller. It's money. It is absolute money. So again, just shy of this, you can see this MA cluster here. We're holding on the 20 and 10 MAs at the moment. I would probably expect to move back down for a little double bottom here around this 1500 level if we can't hold here, where from there we'll make a decision, I suppose. Again, looking now at Gravy Train, our other indicator, letting us know that we shorted the cloud here. We had a stop short signal going down to the 1 hour time frame. Again, calling the bottoms and the tops perfectly when paired with things like Steamroller and demand zones. This is a lot of fun. So that's my thoughts on F at the moment. All right, let's get into LTC, my favorite, probably one of my biggest holdings at the moment. I was lucky to get in at $158, I think it was, on this particular move. I'm still holding. I haven't sold anything as of yet. And looking to see what this 61 fib tells us. As I did say inside the Discord today, ideally, we'd really like to see a push above this downtrend line and see a higher high from these particular levels. Yes, we're making little higher lows and higher highs from this current mini uptrend, but really these are the levels to look at, which is this supply zone. So as we start moving up towards that, if we start moving up towards it, BTC and ETH does, you would expect LTC to follow. This is going to be the level to watch, where I will likely take some profits if and when we get rejected at that particular level. So looking at Unicon again, literally called the top, has pretty much called the bottom on this with our Murrays, along with Steamroller. Steamroller now telling us that we need to cool off a little bit. If we look at some of our MA fans, Why I like this setup right now is because we've got quite a nice MA cluster, our 5100, 200 MAs coiling up, looking for some action. You have seen every time that we have coiled up on our MAs, it has led to some nice moves to the upside with temporary moves below it. We're seeing that again now. So I think action on everything is imminent. In the next few days, I think this market will tell us the way that it wants to go. But right now, looking quite good. Again, looking at Gravy Train, it's given us the stop short. It's given us a significant level here on the 23, confirming our pivot supply zone. And that's what these indicators are great for. They're great to help you confirm a bias. They're not the be-all, end-all, which we've said a million times. But if you draw a supply zone and line it up with your 23, bang Gravy Train or Unicorn over the top of it, then it tells you that what you have put is validated. So there is absolute benefit in that. UnityTradingGroup.com/Gravy Train. Use the code GravyBaby and get 50% off your first month. So looking at the 1 hour, we had short all the way down, stop short here at the 163 level, and you could have taken 20% profit from that, sitting back now at around 12.5% profit. Absolutely golden. So that's where I'm looking right now. This 61 is going to be important. If we don't break or hold this and break that downtrend line, then I would be looking back down towards that sort of 167, 170 level for a pickup. All right, I want to share with you today, really taking it back to basics today. This was a lot of fun, just Ichimoku and Fibonacci, which is one of my earliest trading strategies before we started developing these amazing indicators. So share this inside Discord today and said this was definitely one to watch. ICX-USD is prone to pretty sporadic moves. When we see BTC consolidate or have moves, Theta and ICX are often coins that I go to look for quick impulse moves. Well, we absolutely had that on ICX today. Did a lazy 17%. So right now sitting at 11.72%. And again, Gravy Train giving us the perfect entry off the 38, stop short, small consolidation, break out of the range, and a move to the upside. So looking at where we are now, I am looking for this 61 level to hold, and we would go back down to the 1 hour time frame to see what that may hold. And we can see the top of the gravy cloud here, looking pretty good. If I just go back to this chart a second ago and share with you. Did I have Ichimoku on this? I can't remember if I did or not. But yeah, so Ichimoku, really cool. So now we've got a breakout through the Kumo, and I will break this down for you. When I shared this inside the Discord, I said, hey, this is looking very good. We've got the top of the Kumo being ready for a breakout. We've got our Chiku looking like, or our lag line looking like it wants to pop as well. And one of the most significant things was this bullish Kumo twist. So when I see levels of confirmation like this, breakthrough 50, Kumo twist, Chiku wanting to break through, a nice bounce pretty much perfectly off this trend line, this is where I start to maybe neglect what the indicators say a little bit. And then when you pair that with something like Gravy Train, it tells you that it's game on here, move up, nice, beautiful edge to edge consolidation and breakthrough. That was a no-brainer. So I took profits at the 61, and I'll be looking for another entry if we can hold this 61 level. And it shows me that we've got a good sign of strength, because an impulse move from this, I wouldn't expect this to go bang back up towards that 240 mark. So that was a lot of fun. If you would like us to explore coins, to explore other things. I did share a lot of information this week about 3 commas inside the Discord. We now have one of the most watched videos on YouTube when it comes to the original 3 commas. Would you like to see another one? Because that's my primary trading medium now, and I'm looking for trailing stops, trailing buys, stop losses, take profits, entries, low buys, dollar cost averaging, setting buys, the whole gamut. If you want to know more about the new and improved 3 commas, the smart bots, the smart terminal, let us know and we'll do another video for you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just a quick one from me tonight, unitytradinggroup.com. Come into the Discord. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get the updates the second that we post them live to you every single day. We so appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you on the next episode of the UTG Market Update. Take care from wherever this is. Bye for now.